If you're new to Magic the Gathering entirely, or just new to MTG Arena, we're going to go through all the things you need to do in your first week and beyond on the app to make the most of the game, start building your collection, and have some fun. Here we go. Welcome back to the Game School Dad channel with me, Martin. Today we're going to be looking at Magic the Gathering Arena, getting started. Whether you already have the app or you're just about to download it, let's go through signing up, everything you need to do to get started, and how you can start making the most out of it. So first of all, we need to register for an account. So we're going to put in some details and get our account started. And then we come to a display name, email address, all those account level details. Now with the display name, it has to be between 3 and 23 characters, but also you can't change it once you start. So whatever you choose as your display name, make sure you're happy with it. And yeah, let's go through this now. All right, okay, and we've signed up for an account. We're now just starting up, and it's going to take us automatically into a tutorial and everything to get started. If you're not interested in doing the tutorial at all, if you're happy going through it, if you've already played Magic, then that's absolutely fine. You can skip the tutorial. We can go straight past all this. And you can come back to it later on if you decide you want to. But for now, if you're happy to just skip past it, then we can just skip right past it. And I do have another video that will go through the tutorial in detail and all of the color challenges, which are the bit that comes next. So if you want to find out about those in detail, you can watch that video. But for now, we're just going to skip past this part. And you just need to go up to options, you can go to account, and you can click on skip tutorial, and that will jump past all the tutorial games and give you the rewards that you would have got if you finished them. So that's just one way to get past all this. And here we go, color challenges. Now these are the rewards you get for completing the tutorials. You get one deck for each color. So we keep the peace for white, aerial domination for blue, cold-blooded killers for black, goblins everywhere for red, and large and in charge for green. So those decks you get to start with, to start off your collection, and there's a little explanation of what each of these decks are like, and the basic strategies you might need under those colours. Now that's just to get our collection started. Well, once we get through that, now we're on to the colour challenges. So on the colour challenges, you get to play games from each of those decks against each of the other ones. So you'll play white against blue, against black, against red, against green. Then you can play blue against the other four colours, play black, play red, play green against the other four colours. So you get 20 games in there, learning the basic strategies of each colour deck against the other colours. If you want to skip that, you can skip this as well. We just go up here to account, unlock play modes. We'll unlock all play modes, skip past the color challenge. So we are playing this with Brothers War is the current standard, current latest set coming out. And Sparky will tell us a bit about the different options at the bottom here. So let's run through those first. You have these 3 different daily challenges that come up. So every day you will get one new one, but you only have 3 slots. So you need to complete one of them to get them off the board here, make an extra slot so tomorrow you can get a new one. I recommend you make sure you always have a free space for the next day. And we also want to change any of these that are 500 gold into 750 gold versions if possible. I go through all this in a lot more detail on my economy video, which is coming out very soon. It might already be out if you're watching this video after it's been first released, so you probably have the economy video there that you can watch as well. But first of all, we just want to have a look, see if we can change one of these to a 750, and we didn't, but that's fine. Okay, so that's a lot of gold we can get first of all, which is our main type of currency that we can win. So every day we want to do some of these. We also have our daily win rewards. So we want to make sure we get at least 1 win every day. Ideally, we can get up to 15. You can get rewards for up to 15. You can do more than 15 if you want, but you don't get any daily rewards for that. So yeah, up to 15. Ideally, at least 1 win per day. We also have weekly win experience. So we need to get up to 15. We can get up to 15 wins in a week, and we will get experience points for each of those wins. And now the experience points go towards the Mastery Pass, which is one way we'll get free packs every so often. So every 1,000 experience points, we'll get a pack or something else unlocked in the Mastery Pass, and I will show that in a minute. We also have the rewards here that we get, especially just for starting. So we'll get 250 gold and unlock PvP if we complete one of the colour challenges. So we haven't completed the colour challenges yet, we've just skipped past them at the moment. But if we go back and complete those, we will gain access to unlock PvP, and then we'll also get other decks and things as we unlock the special rewards that come up here for starters. Right, so we're going to go through all of the different tabs on the app here just to show you everything that you can do. We have the home tab, which you're on now, which has a carousel of different bits of information that come up, announcements, deck lists, any special events going on at the moment that you might want to take part in. We have also, we can go play from here. Actually, if you want to play a game, just go to play here and it will show you the different types of games that we can play. So we have our regular games here where we can choose best of 1 or best of 3 games. We can choose standard play, which is the most recent sets that have come out. Alchemy play, which is the most recent standard sets plus some digital only alchemy cards and some rebalanced cards from standard. We have historic play, which are most of the cards that are out on Arena apart from any banned ones, including the alchemy cards, so rebalanced cards and digital only cards, so cards that don't exist in paper. And we have explorer play, which is a wider format, again a bit like historic, but it doesn't include those alchemy digital only cards or rebalanced cards, and is much more like Pioneer if you're familiar with that. So it's just a wider card pool that you can draw from, so you get much more varied games and generally a higher power level. You don't really want to play Explorer or Historic games until you have a larger collection, because to start with, most of the cards you'll have will only be standard or alchemy cards, and so you don't have any benefit from playing Historic or Explorer. Your opponents just more likely have a wider selection of cards to choose from, so you'd kind of have a disadvantage if you play those to start with. So I always recommend standard with having the smallest card pool to start with, or alchemy if you enjoy alchemy. We also have the ability to do a bot match, so we can play a practice game against the AI Sparky. Now Sparky isn't very good and only uses one of those first 5 mono-color starter decks. It can be a bit frustrating playing against Sparky in the sense that they'll do things that don't make sense. They might kill their own creatures sometimes, make really bad decisions. If you just want to practice different things, then by all means try it out. But it's much better for you and your experience to actually just play against real people rather than play against Sparky. Okay, so we also have brawl matches. So you can do a standard brawl, most recent cards, or historic brawl, including older cards and rebalanced alchemy cards. The historic brawl has up to 100 cards, including a commander, so it's the closest Arena has to a commander format. And we have standard brawl is only 60 cards, but each of those has basically a legendary creature or a planeswalker as your commander, and no more than 1 of each card. So whereas in standard you can have up to 4 of each card normally, in brawl you can only have up to 1 of each card in general. So we also have the ranked games. We can play, again, best of 1 or best of 3, whichever you prefer. Best of 1 tends to be a little bit easier and a little bit faster. If you prefer best of 3, then go for that. We have, again, standard, alchemy, historic, and explorer versions. And these ranked games means we are going to be playing for extra rewards. So the play queue is kind of a bit more casual. You might find slightly lower power levels of decks in there, maybe more experimental things, and in ranked games you're more likely to find the top tier decks that people are using to try to climb those ranks the fastest. Okay, that's the different play modes we have there. We also have other events here. So we have limited events, so we have draft and sealed events. Also this jumped in event, which is a really good one for us starting out. And we have constructed events. So the ones that are always here are the standard, alchemy, historic and explorer events, which are pretty much the same as the play queue or the ranked queue. But with these you can win additional rewards. You can get extra gems and packs. But it costs some money to enter, or it costs some gold or gems to enter, not necessarily real money, unless you want to pay real money. So you can get other rewards from that, so that's pretty useful as well. Alright, and then we have here on the profile tab, we have a rank for constructed games and for limited games. So constructed are the play queue, the rank queue, and the limited rank is for draft and sealed events. For each of these ones you will get a rank. The season lasts for the whole month. So we have rewards based on what rank you're at. So you want to play at least one game, ideally, at the very, very least, in ranked, because we will get one pack if we play one game and we're in the bronze tier, which you can't be lower than the bronze tier. So playing one game gets you one pack. When we play ranked games in the bronze tier, we'll go up 2 of these little pips. So there's 6 around here. We can't go down if we lose in the bronze tier, but we can go up by 2 every time. So we'll win 3 games to go from bronze tier 4 to bronze tier 3. And then we get up to bronze tier 2, bronze tier 1. And once we complete bronze tier 1, we end up in silver tier 4. So we'll go up and get 1 pack and 500 gold at the end of the month. If you keep going up through the ranks, you get to gold, platinum, diamond, or mythic. And the rewards scale up from there. Now, they don't scale up very much for the amount of effort that you need to put in. So you get through bronze rank, you can get through silver rank, you could get through gold rank and get to platinum. It starts to get a little bit harder at that point because every win only takes you up by 1 point rather than 2. So you have to win more games in platinum to get through to diamond. The same thing with diamond, only 1 win will take you up 1 point to get you to mythic. But it's a lot more competitive, so it's going to be harder to get through diamond than platinum. And if you fight your way through diamond to get to mythic, the only difference is instead of getting 4 packs, you get 5 packs, which really isn't a very big reward for the amount of effort that you put into it. But if you want to do it for the pride and the achievement, then by all means go ahead, keep going, and you can get to the mythic rank if you just keep working at it. And then each month that will reset. So if you get that before the end of the month, at the start of the next month, you'll be back down. I think it goes down 2 levels. So if you're on mythic, it takes you down to platinum. Diamond takes you down to gold. Platinum takes you down to silver. Gold takes you down to bronze. And then you build up again from there. And we have basically the same thing for limited, apart from this only goes up from playing draft or sealed events. And those events you do have to pay gold or gems to enter, so it's a bit more of a cost to climb up the ranks in limited. But if you can do a limited game maybe once a month, you get an extra free pack, so at least that's something you can get from limited. Okay, in our profile tab we also have progression of our set mastery. I'll go through mastery soon enough. And we have our set collection. Now at the moment, because we're just starting out this game, our set collection is looking pretty bad. We have 0% for most of these sets. We don't have any of these cards yet. As we build things up, this will start to fill up with all the cards that we collect. On the profile tab we also have different things we can add. We have emotes that we can add. I think we have to buy these from the store. I don't think you get any of them for free unless it happens to come up on some event. But generally if you're in a game you can chat by using any one of these phrases. If you have stickers or other things that you've bought, emotes, then you can use those as well. That's where you choose them if you have them. We also have pets that we can choose, which are just little animations that sit at the side of the screen just for our own benefit. We don't have any at the moment because they're all locked. You can pay for these or you can win them through rewards and things. We have different card sleeves. So at the back of our card at the moment we have a standard Magic the Gathering card sleeve or card backing. Now we can choose any one of these that we have unlocked. We don't have any unlocked yet, but once we get to that point, we can choose a default card sleeve if we want the back of our cards to look different on all of our games. And we also have avatars. Now it starts us off with a Johnny Goldmane, but we can change this to any of these other ones that come unlocked. And again, like with other things, we have other options that we can unlock as time goes on. Again, through the Mastery Pass, or by buying them in the store, or we can just set the default as anything we want. Right, onto the deck list. At the moment, we only have these starter decks, and we need to play more of the color challenge games to fully unlock these decks, but we can effectively look at these decks and do something with those at the moment. When we want to make our own decks, we can just go to add a deck here, and we can have a look through all of the cards that we have, which aren't very many to start with. Choose which format we want the deck to be in, so we're going to choose standard to start with, and these are cards that we have in standard right now. So we basically just have the land cards and the murder card for some reason in our deck. Once we've done the color challenges, then we will unlock more of those and we'll be able to see all the different cards we have. In fact, if we change this to alchemy, then we should see a lot of these cards that come from the starter decks that aren't in the current standard. They're also included on alchemy as well. So if you want to add cards to your deck, all you have to do is go through and click on the cards that you want to add, and it adds them in the side here. Automatically gives you 24 lands for a standard 60 card deck. You can change that, give yourself more lands or less lands, or change which lands you have. If you add in different colors, then it will automatically give you a breakdown between the different colors, and it will weight it slightly towards the amount of each color you have in the deck. So we have more blue cards in this deck. We need more blue lands than black lands, so it's automatically giving us some more. We can change that if we want to. So if we click on this graph up here, we can name our deck for one thing, but we can also look at some detailed statistics about our deck, including this kind of mana curve graph, so we can see how many of each card we have with different mana costs. So we can see if we maybe got too many expensive cards, too many high mana cost cards, or lots of low mana cost cards. We can see a breakdown of the creatures we have. If we want to do a certain tribal deck, if we want to have some kind of elemental tribal deck, we can see here how many elementals we have, and it also breaks it down by instance and other cards we have as well, enchantments, artifacts, sorceries, planeswalkers, and all that. We can change the avatar, the pet, and the card sleeve specific for this deck. So we have one default for any deck, unless we change it, and then each individual deck can have its own default set if we want to. We can also go to crafting, so this will show us all of the decks that all of the cards that we don't have. So we can go through and we can craft some of these cards and add them to our deck as well. We don't have any wild cards, and I'll explain that in more detail in a minute, but if we have wild cards we could use those. We can also type in a search here if we want to get a certain type of creature. So let's say we want to have a look at goblin creatures, we can type in goblins here, and it will show us all the cards that include the word goblin, either in the creature type or in the name or somewhere in the text on the card. So even if it's not a creature, even if it's not a goblin itself, it will tell us if it affects other goblins. I think all of these probably are goblin creatures. But let's say, here you go, we have an artifact called Goblin Firebomb, which can sacrifice goblins. It's not a goblin itself, but it will come up in the search, because this is a general search for any card that includes this text. We can also narrow down our search by certain colours, so we can have a look at any goblin cards with blue in them, any goblin cards with black in them, the red ones, any goblin cards with green in them. We can go through that. We can look at any colourless cards, and we can go through any of the gold cards here, the multicoloured cards and special cards there. And then we can have a look at lands. We don't have any lands that include goblins. And we can also go to the advanced filters here, where we can do the same kind of thing to filter by colour, whether we have it in our collection or not, because you might want to look at cards that you don't have, how many of the cards we have, so we could specifically look at maybe all the cards that we have 4 copies of. Maybe we want to have a look at all the cards we have that we only have 1 copy of. We go by the rarity, so only want to search maybe the rare and mythic rare cards. We could go by the creature or planeswalker, instant sorceries, enchantments, artifacts, commanders or lands. So we can look at the type of card if we want to look at all the enchantments we have maybe. We can look at them by set, by just all of standard, or choose specific sets we want to look at. Or we can go to alchemy or historic cards there, or we can choose specific ones. We're currently set to alchemy, which doesn't include historic cards. If we change it to historic, then we can look specifically at historic cards as well. and we can filter them by their mana cost. So if you want to look at all the cards we have that cost 0, all the cards that cost 1, up to 7 plus, then we can filter by that as well. So let's have a look at all the cards that cost 2, for example, that include the word goblin. So we've still got goblin there. There's one card here that we have that costs 2 and includes goblin. So that's a quick look through the filtering and the searching in our deck list and collection. Now for crafting, if we want to craft a card, we need a wild card. So we can have wild cards that are common, uncommon, rare, or mythic rare. And as we unlock those, mostly through opening packs, then we could find a card that we don't have. So let's say we want this Grim Wanderer card. This is an uncommon, so we would need one uncommon wild card. And if we had that, we could bring that over to our deck and we could add that. Now we don't have any at the moment, but if we did, we could click craft and we would be able to craft that card and add that into our deck. So that's how you can get individual cards if you want to build a specific deck that you've seen online or seen other people use. If it's using cards that you don't have, you can then add those in as well. So those are the decks. Let's go back. And we also have a limit for the number of decks that we can make. So we have up to 100, which is quite a lot. Some people don't ever have very many. Some people might be near that limit, but you don't ever really need 100 decks. So the limit's quite generous, really. Okay, the next tab we have are packs. Now, if we have packs to open, they would appear here. We don't have any at the moment, but we will be going through that soon. We also have a wildcard track over here. Now, as we open packs, every pack we open will increase this wildcard track by an extra space. So we have 6 spaces around the outside. So every time we open one pack, we'll get one closer. Every 6 pack, we will get a free uncommon wildcard. And we have the same for rare wildcards as well. Every time we open a pack, that will move around one space till we get 6. We'll get a rare wildcard. And every so often, we will also get a mythic rare wildcard, or we'll get that instead of the rare one. So it says here 5 more packs until our next rare wildcard, and 17 more packs until our next mythic rare wildcard. So as we open packs, we will get more wildcards, and we can build out our collection and build up our decks a bit more. Let's go to the Mastery Pass next. We'll come back to the store in a minute. So on the Mastery Pass, we have 2 different tracks of rewards we can get, which are fueled by the experience points we get from completing our daily challenges, our daily wins, and our weekly wins. Now, for anyone who's completely free to play, you can get a pack pretty much for every 2 levels you advance throughout the free Mastery Pass. So that's about 1,000. That's 1,000 experience points for each level. So every 2,000 experience, you're pretty much getting a pack for free. As we scroll along, there's quite a few here. It goes on and on. We also get these orbs, which are used to unlock cosmetic versions of cards, which we can see here in the Mastery tree. So every time we get an orb, we can choose a card that we'll get a different style for. Now for this one, for example, we'll get a Scrapwork Cohort, but we don't get the actual card. If we don't have the card in our collection, if we haven't crafted it or collected it from a pack, this doesn't give us the card. This gives us an alternative style for the card. And some people don't really care about the style, so it might not be your thing. If you do like the slightly different artwork on the cards, then you can unlock these for free as you go along as well. Choose whichever ones you like. You can also get different card sleeves, so we can change all of our cards in games to have this different card sleeve on the back if we want, and there's different ones throughout each pack. Now, every time a new set comes out, which is pretty much every 3 months, there will be a new Mastery pass, and we will be able to unlock new things on the Mastery tree as well. So this goes up 8 pages, and when we get to the end, you'll see here that the rewards for the free pass run out at level 66, and beyond that you actually don't get anything else for free. All of these levels don't really mean anything. You only get up to 66. Now if you do unlock the full Mastery Pass, you get a lot more rewards, and I do recommend this, and I go through a lot more detail of this in the economy video. But if you do, you need to pay 3,400 gems, which you can get without paying any real money. Or you can pay real money for the game if you want to. And you'll get here a specific card sleeve for the set, a new pet, and a new avatar that's specific to the set that we're in at the moment. You'll also get other card styles for specific cards. You'll also get other packs that free players don't get. You can also get gold as rewards, packs from previous sets, specific card rewards, so a mythic card reward here. That could be any mythic card from the current set. We can get gems as a reward, so although we're paying 3,400 gems, we can get some gems back as a reward, which I think works out about 1,200 gems for each full mastery pass. So we get a bit of a refund on our gems if we do pay it. And we can also get player draft tokens as well. So we can use these to enter a draft event for free, which saves us 10,000 coins, or I believe it's 7,500 gems. And that basically just gives us an extra free bit of value for doing the mastery pass. And we get more mastery orbs on the paid track as well, because we don't get very many on the free track. You get a lot more, enough to completely fill out the mastery tree up here and get all of the card styles that are on offer for free there. So as we go along, there's some other things you get. More packs from other sets that are in standard. Specific rare cards that might be in the set. So this is 4 rare cards that we'll get from this set. Different versions of the pets that we can get as well. And that goes along, and have a look at all the rewards we have along the bottom. So more cards, more packs, more gold, more gems. Also got a specific card sleeve here as well, which you get for free. And the rewards go well past 66 up to 80 different rewards, and then we have actually unlimited rewards after that, because if you go past 80, every single level you go past will give you another uncommon card at least, which can be upgraded to a rare or mythic rare at random, but basically an extra card for every level you go up. So the mastery pass is a way that you're going to get free packs and other cards and other card styles and things. I do recommend you unlock the full mastery pass if possible, either using a little bit of money or by earning the gems through different events that you can do, because you get so much value from that mastery pass. And then we'll look at the store for the other things that you can buy each day using the in-game currency or real money. So this is currently set to euros, but you can change it to pounds or dollars. And it will show you different things you can buy. So let's go through, first of all, for the gems. You can buy gems with real currency if you want to, up to a large amount of gems for quite a large amount of money. You don't have to. You can play this game completely free if you want to. But the option is there. If you do want to spend some money, you get some nice rewards in gems. We can buy packs. We can buy these with coins or gems that we have. If we want to buy with gems, it will ask us to pay for some money. Pay some money for those gems. Coins we can collect from the events and everything, so we don't need to spend any money on that, but we can get packs here. Now, buying packs is quite a good thing for building your collection. There are other ways you can build your collection. Packs tend to be the easiest and most straightforward for most people. Now, we can buy packs from the current set, so we can buy Brothers War packs up to 90 packs in one go if we want to. There's not any discount or bulk discount for buying larger amounts, so even if you want to buy 1 pack at a time, you're not going to be at any disadvantage compared to someone who buys 90 packs at once, apart from it's much quicker. So don't worry, if you want to buy 1 pack at a time, it's absolutely fine. You're not going to miss out on anything. In those packs, you'll get 1 rare or mythic rare card and 7 other common or uncommon cards. They can sometimes be wild cards as well, which is quite nice because it gives you more flexibility to make different things out of them. But if you really want to get mythic cards rather than rare cards, then you can buy mythic packs. Now these basically mean that the special card, the rare card from that set, will be a mythic rare card, not just a normal rare card. If you want to pay the extra for that, although I don't really see the benefit of it, but if you really want mythic cards, then you can do that. You have the option for that. Now up here we have the different types of different sets that have come out, so different types of packs you can get. So we have the most recent one there, which is Brothers War currently. We also have Dominaria United, Alchemy Horizons Baldur's Gate, Streets of New Capenna, Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, Innistrad Crimson Vow, and Innistrad Midnight Hunt. Now those, as of the recording of this video, are the current sets that are out. There will be more added, and eventually these will rotate into Historic, which are what the orange ones here are. They're Historic or Explorer packs effectively now. You can't use these in Standard or Alchemy games. You can still buy the packs if you want to. And we have all these previous different packs that you might want to buy, going all the way back here to Kaladesh. Okay, and then we also, one benefit of buying the most recent pack, the most recent set that's out, is that you'll also get this golden pack progress. And again, I'll go over this a lot more detail in the economy video, but effectively every 10 packs you buy of the most recent set, you will get a golden pack progress up here. Up to 10 packs, you'll unlock a golden pack, which will give you 6 rares or mythic rares from the current standard sets, current standard rotation. So it's a really big boost to the rares and mythic rares you have for the set. So I recommend buying packs. It's a great way of building your collection. So we can also have, apart from packs, we have daily deals. Now these are most usually specific card styles like you get on the mastery tree. So if you wanted to buy this, you're not buying the card, you're just buying the alternative artwork for the card. You have to have the card through using wildcards or opening it in packs or getting it through drafts to be able to actually apply this card style to anything. I have people asking me what's happened to a card they've bought because they've come and bought this and think they've got that card in their collection now, and they don't. So make sure you're aware. It just says here it's a card style, not the actual card. Now in the daily deals we can also sometimes get other rewards that aren't card styles. So we can get sometimes gems that we can purchase at a discounted price. We can get coins that we almost get for free. Basically you can buy 550 gold coins for 50 gold coins, so you're getting 500 gold for free as long as you have that 50 to put in. And we can also buy discounted packs sometimes. So you might find a pack is 900 coins rather than 1,000 coins. I think there have been some times where it's been even cheaper than that, but it's very rare that's come up, and who knows when it will come up again. So always keep some gold in your collection just in case you see a pack come up for free, because you get a bit of a discount, and you might as well buy it when it's at a discount. There are also bundles if you want to buy bigger things. Now you can spend real money on buying specifically just wildcards. So if you want any particular rare or mythic rare card, you can pay money for directly pay money for wildcards. It's not the most effective way to spend your money. I think it's actually better just buying the packs and then you get wildcards as part of opening those packs. But if you really want just specific rares or mythics, then you can spend the money on this. Now Wizards of the Coast have specifically said that this is not intended for someone just to build their collection in general. This is there for someone who wants one specific card, and it's the easiest way for them to get it, to get wildcards quickly. So that's why that's there. There's a limit of 10 times you can buy this, so if you use it a lot you'll not be able to do it again. So that's a limit you have there. I wouldn't recommend doing that unless you really want to. So we have some one-time purchases as well. We have the welcome bundle, which here will give you 2,500 gems and 5 packs. Now like I said, if you want to play this without spending any money at all, then you absolutely can. You can earn these gems and get packs by playing games, playing events. But if you want to just save a bit of time, getting 2,500 gems and 5 packs for around $5, £5, €5 is a really good deal, because that's pretty much how much the packs would cost anyway. So you're kind of getting those gems for free. And if you get a few more gems, then you'll be able to get the Mastery Pass, which is the biggest thing that I really recommend getting. So that will get you off to a great start if you want to spend a small amount of money. And then we also have the Adventurer bundle, which is around $15, £15, €15. And you also get a sleeve, an avatar, and 3,500 gems. So this will specifically get you the Mastery Pass if you want to do that. Again, 3,500 gems for around $15, £15 is not very expensive compared to other things you can get if you want to buy gems by themselves. To get 3,400 gems cost you about $20, £20 roughly. And under the bundles, we're actually getting pretty much that amount of value for about 25% off. So obviously if you want to get some, that option's there. You don't have to. You can completely play for free if you want, but it's a nice boost you get for a very small amount of money. Sometimes you'll see things come up that are limited time offers that are actually cost 0. So if we want, we can buy this. Now this gives us some sleeves that we may not ever use. If you really want to just build up your collection just for the fun of it, then you could just get things that are free, add them to your collection, and there you go, we've got that in our collection now. We can set one of those as our default, or we can just leave it as it is and just collect things just because they're there. So lots of other things that will come up. These are the emotes or the stickers that you can use to chat with other players in the game. They cost quite a bit of gems or gold, really. I think it's kind of expensive for what you're getting. But if you really want that, if you're putting money into it, or you're happy spending your gold or your gems on that, then feel free to get those. Also different styles of lands, which again, quite expensive at 25,000 gold or 5,000 gems. But it's up to you if you want to do that. Different avatars. Again, different lands, different specific cards, cosmetics, all those kind of things. We've got avatars. We have alchemy packs here that you can get at a discounted price because you're getting 20 packs for about 15,000 gold. So normally it'd be about 20,000 gold, so that's a slight discount there. You also have pets and sleeves and things like that in the bundles. Now you can buy avatars if you want to just get avatars by themselves. 2,500 gold isn't terrible. If you want a specific one, I wouldn't just go through and buy all of them because it adds up quite a lot. But if you want to get one or two to have your profile looking a little bit more unique compared to the standard avatars that come with it, then that option's there. Same thing for sleeves. We can buy these if we want. It's up to you if you want to spend your gold on that. And again for pets. Now pets tend to be a bit more expensive again. But the option's there if you want to spend your gold there. If you're happy spending 5 or 15,000 gold on a pet, then feel free to do that. The featured tab will show us highlights from all of those. So we have the standard, we have the daily deal, the kind of featured daily deal, the wildcards, the one-time purchases, and other things up there. If we want to kind of jump to any of those highlights from the tabs down there. So that's everything on the store. Up here we have how many wildcards we have, how much gold we have, how many gems we have. We can do direct challenges against other players. We can go to learn more, find out more about the tutorial and other things about the game. And we can adjust our options here, gameplay, graphics and audio and basic things like that. So when you're getting started, the first thing we want to do is complete those color challenges so that we unlock these rewards and try to make sure we can get through all of these, or at least some of these, so that we can start building up some gold. So I'm going to skip forward to having some of that done now. So we've just finished the white color challenge by doing one match against a real opponent. They seem to misplay something and concede, which is great because they had better cards than I did anyway. So I'm just using the starter deck and they had a different deck. So as a reward for that, we get the card style for the Impassioned Orator. We get an uncommon wild card, 2 common wild cards, and 250 gold to get us started. Plus, because we got a daily win, our first daily win gives us 250 gold and 275 experience points. So that's the white color challenge completed now. So if we go back to the home screen, we have got one win, which means our next win will give us 100 gold, 25 mastery experience points. We've got 1 out of our 15 weekly wins, and we have completed the white color challenge. So we've already unlocked a little bit here. We've got some wildcards, we've got some gold. We can now do direct PvP challenges as well. And when we complete our next color challenge, we'll get 1,000 gold reward. So basically, we want to go through and complete all those. So let's skip ahead to having the next color challenge done. So we've finished our blue color challenge now. That one was a defeat. We managed to almost get there. But we would have been okay if it wasn't for the Soul Hunter Rakshasa they drew at the end. But hey, even though we've not won that game, we got 1,000 gold, 2 common wildcards, 1 uncommon wildcard, and a new card style for our Cloudkin Seer if we want to use that. So we can claim those rewards. Let's jump back to the home tab, see how we're going. Now we are starting to work through our daily challenges. We've attacked with 2 creatures, which doesn't seem like very much, but we had a lot of other spells going on. Attack with 2 creatures, and on our blue or red spells, we've passed 7 blue spells. So we've started to get our 500 coins there. We will get them once we get to 20. And next, to do one more colour challenge, we will unlock a card style and unlock ranked PvP. So we need to do the 3rd colour challenge to start getting those ranked games unlocked. Let's go and do that now. Okay, we've done our 3rd colour challenge. We've just done the black colour challenge and managed to beat our opponent at the end of the challenge, which means the rewards we get now are 2 more common wildcards, 1 more uncommon wildcard, and 2 more card styles. So we can claim those prizes. We get another daily win and another weekly win as well. So going back to the home page, having the 3rd one unlocked. Now to unlock the next thing we unlock, if we do 4 colour challenges, 500 gold, and unlock all event types. And we're making some progress here on attack with creatures and casting blue or red spells. Next one to do is the red colour challenge, so we're going to do a bit better on this one. And red or green spells here, so we're going to make progress on all of those in our next colour challenge. And that's the red colour challenge done now. Managed to win that game against the actual person at the end as well. Luckily they were just using the black starter deck, we're using the red one. Did really well. Okay, so 500 gold for that, plus 5 jump-in tokens, which I'll explain in a minute. 2 common wildcards, 1 uncommon wildcard, and this card style here. So we're going to claim that, we get our daily wins, and we also get an extra 500 coins for doing our attack with a certain number of creatures quest, I imagine, and the XP from that as well. So if we go back to the home page, okay, one of our daily quests has disappeared. That was the attack with, was it 30 creatures? We have red and green spells still to do, blue and red. We're getting there, but at least we've got that one space open for tomorrow. So in 7 hours and 26 minutes, when we get a new daily quest, we won't waste that. We'll make sure we get that. Alright, we're on 4 colour challenges complete now. So we do the last colour challenge, we will get 2 rare wildcards. At the moment we don't have any rare wildcards, so that'll be exciting to get our first rare wildcards. It's 3 daily wins so far, 3 weekly wins. We do have a pack, we can open our Brothers War pack now. If we want to, we don't have to. I'm going to leave it for now. And we'll talk about the jump-in tokens. So we have them up here. 5 jump-in tokens used to enter the jump-in event. So if we go to play, and if we look at the other events there are, it's a limited event, the jump-in event. So we're going to go there. So normally this event would cost 1,000 gold or 200 gems to join. And you're basically taking 2 half decks and putting them together to make the best deck you can. So it might be 20 cards from a certain colour or archetype, 20 cards from another, put them together to make a 40 card deck. And then you just play games against other people that have chosen similar decks. So it's a limited event because the cards that we are using are not from our collection. We open up those cards effectively and we get to keep them. We add them to our collection. So we will not be against anyone using super powerful meta decks with all the latest rare and mythic cards in it. We'll be against people on a similar power level to ourselves. So it's a really good event for when you're starting out. So I definitely recommend making the most of the jump-in events as much as you can. And because we just happen to get the 5 jump-in tokens and don't need to spend the gold, then it's a nice boost, pretty much giving us 5,000 gold bonus just to try out the jump-in events. When you get your first win against another player with your jump-in deck, you'll get a card that will be at least uncommon. There's a small chance this could be upgraded to a rare or mythic card instead. It'll be a random card from the standard set that's out at the moment. So we will do that, but I'm going to do my last colour challenge first, so I get all those done, because that will unlock some more rewards, but those jump-in tokens are there for after that. So our last colour challenge we need to complete is the green one. So let's get on with that, see if we can maybe complete or get closer to completing these 500 coin daily quests. Okay, and that is our 5th colour challenge done. We won the green game at the end there. We had loads of lands and the opponent was stuck on 2 for most of the game, so that really helped. Alright, so we get 2 common wildcards, 1 uncommon, 2 rare from the other 5 colour challenge reward, and a card style for our plant creature there. Another 100 gold, 275 experience points, and that is the whole colour challenge completed. All 5 games from each colour, so that's 1 against each other colour against a bot, and then the final match is us against a real life opponent playing either a starter deck or just a new player, possibly playing a different kind of deck. So we are on 17 out of 20 for our red or green, 13 out of 20 for our blue or red. We have now 4 daily wins, 4 weekly wins, and we've done all 5 colour challenges. So now we've done all 5 colour challenges, we have a different reward coming up. It's a new deck that we will get. So if we complete the next quest, which is basically just play a game, so that's really easy, we will get a red and green deck. So let's go and try and complete this at the same time as completing our other challenges. We're actually going to use one of our jump in tokens up here. So let's go to play, and we're going to go to the limited section, click on jump in. We're going to use a jump in token and choose different decks that we can use. So we can choose the first half of our deck can either be black vampire creatures, which are really good, I like those ones, red and green werewolves, which are great as well, and we have white cards that have possibly a life gain aspect to them as its vitality. So we can choose any one of these. I do quite like the werewolves, so I think I'm going to pick the werewolves. We also want red and green for our daily challenges as well. And now we can choose between red, Stampede, green, Dead and Buried, green, Wandering. So, Stampede, we're going to have a lot of aggro type creatures, I guess. A lot of damage ramping up quite quickly. Dead and Buried, it's going to have more green flashback, possibly graveyard focused cards. And Wandering, other green creatures, not quite sure exactly what the mechanics in there are, apart from we have Domain there, which is from New Dominaria United. So we have that. What do I want my werewolves? I kind of feel like I like the idea of a Stampede with the werewolves, so I'm going to choose Stampede as well. Confirm that. And now we have a deck called Werewolf Stampede. And let's have a look at our deck. So these cards now we own, which includes here the Ashino Branch Rider, which is red and green, which is great because that's our deck is red and green. We have a Snarling Wolf, we have a Hungry Ridge Wolf, Lightning Strike, which is a really useful card to have. See a lot of use in that. Reckless Impulse is really good as well. Sprouting Goblin, another red and green with a kicker ability. Thrill of Possibility. The Yavimaya Steel Crusher with an Enlist ability and destroying artifacts, which is nice. The Kessig Naturalist, which turns into Lord of the Ulvenwald, which is a really nice little werewolf creature to have at the beginning of a game. A Magma Pummeler, which is elemental with counters and all that stuff. We have uncommon. Are there any rare ones there? No, just uncommon and common there. We also have a Minotaur Coalition Warbrute. Into the Night, a sorcery that helps werewolves by making it nighttime. The Dragon Whelp. We have Child of the Pack, which is a very nice werewolf as well. Jaya's Firenado. And Village Watch. And then we have Mountains, Forests, and Lancet. Now, I don't think there are actually any rares in these ones. Normally, oh no, there are. I somehow missed them. How did I miss that? We missed out the 3 drops there. A Balduvian Berserker, an enlist ability, which is really nice when you can enlist a big creature. Fearful Villager, Flowstone Kavu, Moonrager Slash. There we go, here's our res. So we have Squee Duminous Monarch, which is a really nice goblin card, which is a rare, so that is now in our collection as well. Howl of the Hunt, which is really useful, especially with werewolves. And we have Tovalar Dire Overlord, turns into Tovalar the Midnight Scourge, which is a really, really nice werewolf card. Whenever a wolf or werewolf we control deals damage, we draw another card. So being able to draw cards is really going to help us build up our hand for the match. And also, if we control 3 or more wolves or werewolves, it becomes nighttime and all of our werewolves become stronger. So we now have this deck. Those extra lands we've got there from Dominaria, and this one from the Baldur's Gate set. And yeah, so now we can play games. We have mostly red, so now we can play some games using our Werewolf Stampede deck. And all we have to do is play one game in order to earn that latest quest to unlock the other deck. So let's just play this game now. We'll see how it goes. We're going to be against another opponent who's using a jump-in deck, so it could be similar to ours. It could be one of the other packs we didn't pick, or other ones that didn't come up as an option for us. But one way or another, we're playing against someone who has a similar power level to us, so we're not going to be at too much of a disadvantage. Alright, we could go for a mulligan as we have just 2 lands here, but we have quite a few options on 2 lands or 3, so I'm going to keep that. Also means we can get this tap land out the way first, so we don't have any 1-drops anyway. Let's see, we have land. Oh, we've got land there anyway. Okay, so let's put another red. Let's go with our first creature, our Steel Crusher. Alright, so we have 1/3 Tower Worker. Kind of want to get Squee moving, although it just means we're going to lose a creature. That's fine. Let's get Squee going. Let's attack with all. Could just attack with this one, which is going to mean they could block, but they'll lose it. Or we could just attack with all. They're probably going to block the token, which is fine if they want to block the token. Not going to block anything. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, they have a Spotter Thopter. 2/3 flying with a bit of scry. Well, let's go with our land. Let's see what we get with the Reckless Impulse. Oh, a Lightning Strike. That's nice. So let's Lightning Strike the Thopter. Easy removal there. Do we care if we enlist? Not really. Might as well just attack. Okay, making more goblins. Doing some damage. It's looking good for us. We've got lots of options here still in our hand. Blossom Prancer. Reach 4/4. Okay. They might be able to put a bit of defense here. Could possibly get to go to knight if we want to. So let's just go with attacking this. We're going to enlist. Should we attack with the other ones? Kind of feel like why not? Enlist, we make it a 4/2. He can block if he wants, so we can take the damage. He's going to take 5 damage if he doesn't block it. Does block it, he's losing it. So that looks pretty good to me. Give an extra +3/+3 and reach. This already has reach. No, yes, this one already had reach. So we can block this because it's not going to do enough damage to us. Which means I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. In fact, oh yeah, I was going to play some more cards out first, but never mind. Let's play some more cards out just because we can. Just doing that to use up another red spell, just because we need them for our daily quests. Didn't help us in the game, but that is another win, which is great. We now have 5 daily wins. There we go. Wow. Okay, we did we did that. We've got another 500 coins, 500 XP, probably for doing the red and green creatures. We have the On the Hunt deck, which is the werewolf deck anyway, which is great. We've got more werewolf cards. We've also got an extra 3 Hungry Ridgewolves and 2 Packsong Pups, which are nice little starter cards for us. We also get more. Okay, this is probably everything from the On the Hunt deck, I believe. So lots of other werewolves. We even get a Hullbreaker Horror. Interesting. That might be from our 5th daily win of the day. We get a card. I'm not sure if that's from that. Possibly. Lots of other cards there. Alana and Elena, a great card as well. Another rare. Lots of cards we've got. Okay, this Howlpack Piper up here. Really nice card that I like. It helps us to cheat out creatures really cheaply. 2 mana to put any creature card from our hand onto the battlefield. Lovely card there. Tovolar, it's a good one. Reckless Stormseeker, it's great for red aggro decks. Howling Moon, I haven't used much, but another rare, which is nice. And a legendary Planeswalker Mythic Rare. What else do we have? It goes on. We have some rare lands, or 1 rare land there, to help us with red and green decks. Some other uncommons. And 4 more of these red and green lands gain us 1 life, which is a nice thing to have. We have a 2-color deck. Plus another 500 coins, 775 XP, and Urkel's Final Meditation. Maybe that one's for the daily 5 wins. Another rare card. Cool, okay, right, we have... Oh, that might have been from this. One of those would have been from the uncommon here, I guess. That must have been upgraded to a rare. No, that's another one. Okay, not sure where the other ones came from. Okay, there's another uncommon we get from getting our first win in the jump-in event, which is one from Kamigawa. Right, so now we have the option with jump in. We can resign, which will mean we can choose 2 new packs to make our new deck. And this 1 win uncommon reward will reset. Because at the moment, if we play another one, we get another win. We will not get another uncommon wild card. That is an uncommon card reward. That's only for the first win we get using a new pack. So we can play again without getting the uncommon reward, or we can resign, pick new decks, and reset that so we can get another uncommon reward. And we only have 5 jump-in tokens. We can use them all up straight away, or we can play more games with the Werewolf Stampede deck. If we like that deck and we think it's going to do well, might want to keep that for now. So I think that's going to be all for my first day. We've now completed all of our daily wins. Not all of our daily wins. We've completed 5 of our daily wins, 5 of our weekly wins, and all of our daily quests. So another 6 hours and 50 minutes until we will get new daily quests. So tomorrow we'll have another 500 or 750 gold reward. And we can also earn a new deck tomorrow. So in the next 19 hours and 56 minutes, we will have another quest to win another starter deck. So I believe there are 10, or is it 15 starter decks that we can win. Maybe it's 10 plus the 5 monocolor ones to make the 15. So we want to do that, basically working through our new decks, which will get us new cards, which we really need. We're also working through our Mastery Pass here. We've got 1 pack from there. We're almost up to getting a 2nd pack. And if we want to, at any point, we can get some gems, spend it on this, and we will unlock all of these rewards at the bottom as well. But we're not going to do that quite yet. We have a pack we can open. We don't need to open it right now because we're not actually constructing new decks. We only really need to open that if we want to get the wild cards and the new cards to make our own deck. But because we're using starter decks and limited decks, we don't need to have them yet. So we can just hold on to that for a minute. So these are the new decks that we have. 5 starter decks. On the Hunt, which is the one we got today. If we have a look at our collection, we should now see that we have lots of new cards. We have all of these werewolf cards. We have some nice nice combo there with Lear and Hullbreaker Horror that we've won. And we've got all of these cards along here. And it goes on, these new ones as well. And then all the cards we already had. All the cards we've unlocked so far. So that's a good number of cards to start with. Some really nice nice rare cards that we've unlocked, some mythic cards there that we have access to. So we could start making a new deck for ourselves, but we only have a few good cards that will work together in a deck. We're going to have to earn some more if we want to make a really good competitive, possibly budget deck that we're going to use by the end of our challenge. So that's all for day 1. For day 2 we'll come back and we will see what our next daily quest is and see if we can earn a new deck tomorrow, increase our collection, maybe do another jump-in event or 2, and see how we go in our first week of Magic. So thanks for joining me for the our Magic Arena starter guide. Leave a comment below to let me know what the most useful piece of information or tip that you got from this video was, and if you have any other questions about getting started on Magic Arena, leave those in the comments below as well. I will try to get to as many comments as possible to reply to them personally, so if you do have any question at all, you can leave that down below. And I will see you in the next video.